Hello everybody and welcome to the Whiskey Dictionary, where I do the research to try to teach you a little something about what you're drinking. Now tonight I wanted to do my normal yearly video, kind of a recap of the channel. How did I do in 2019? What am I looking forward to doing in 2020? So in 2019 I had set 9 goals for myself. And I saw a lot of those goals happen. I saw some of the goals not happen, but I'm gonna just rattle them off real quick and then I'll talk a little bit more in detail about what I did accomplish. So I wanted to hit my 100th review. I wanted to hit 50,000 subscribers. I wanted to start my second batch of challenge coins. I wanted to make custom Glencairn glasses. I wanted to work with a designer to make some new t-shirts for you guys. I wanted to do the distillery tour series. I wanted to do a charity fundraiser. I wanted to do a meetup near Boston, and I wanted to finish my website. So of all of those, I did accomplish some of them. And let me say, I started the year off strong. I started off with a couple of new YouTubers, actually several new YouTubers. I wanted to do this whole thing where I brought people who were just starting their channels into the fold and let them know, I don't want to say family because, you know, that's almost feels a little cliche, but what I do want to say is we've got this group of friends who all review whiskey and we all watch the live streams. Even if you don't do the videos yourselves, there's always the same people in the live stream chats and they're always fun to hang out with and just kind of say hi to each other. And just in general, it's a great community. And so I considered it a privilege to be able to introduce some of these new up and coming YouTube channels into that. I've got the Malted Man Cave, Keith on. Keith, say hi.
What's up, everybody? Thanks for having me on, Bill.
No problem. That's pretty awesome.
These are amazing. Did you say you've tried these yet? I just love it. I don't think I've ever had black velvet.
Oh, don't bother.
I'm not missing out, huh?
No, God, no.
Worst whiskey I've ever had came courtesy of George Kaplan. It is J. Riddle Peated Bourbon. The Spirit of Detroit.
Chris from Bourbon Sane.
Here with Bill tonight, so I'm really excited. How's everyone doing?
You know I'm doing good because I got like 4 different types of bookers right next to me.
As you guys' liver all good. It's good so far. Well, barrel proofs are some of my favorite bourbons I've ever had.
Mm-hmm.
I love them all. I've always been a Jim Beam fan, really. I like that kind of nutty note that it provides.
Tonight I have an awesome guest. We've got Kyle from Bourbon Blind.
Hey, everyone.
You were just telling me, how many bottles do you have? It was an obscene amount.
This is live, right?
Oh, yeah.
There's about 130 open bottles and probably between 300 and 400 that are not open.
Oh, my God. You have that many that are not open? Now, you didn't say that part up.
Don't judge me.
Teach me a little something about this whiskey, if you don't mind. If you remember anything. If not, we'll just go in blind.
Hey, I see what you did there. Ever toured any distilleries in Kentucky? Yeah, I've toured Buffalo Trace, Heaven Hill, Jim Beam, Four Roses, Wild Turkey, OCD, which is a very small craft distillery. It's like 2 dudes. So, but yeah, like I just can't do the peaty thing and I don't know. Scotch to me, a lot of like even the non-peated ones, they have like this like medicinal office, doctor's office glove taste, like medicinal kind of. Sorry. And then I did a bunch of these really cool live streams where it was groups of us, and I know that you guys remember some of those key moments.
I'll do a little bit of a solo for you guys, okay?
Yes.
All right.
Practiced for 10 years. I couldn't do that.
I couldn't do that sober. I can do whatever.
I couldn't do that drunk.
I like it.
Thanks.
That shirt is freaking awesome.
Thank you very much.
Plus, you're in Boston.
He said it's awesome.
For everyone who's hung out with us, all 60 people who are still here, I'm going to screen share this real quick. If you can...
Put that up again, please.
Yes!
Oh my God. Oh, actually.
Chris is one of my favorite people.
Had to be done. Had to be done.
The coolest bar ever, right?
It's on wheels.
He's a piano fan.
Let Bill talk.
Bill has just gone off the wheels. I love
He's
it.
crashing the holy shit out of his hardwood floors, and his wife's gonna murder him tomorrow.
Holy shit. What is he doing?
Hey guys,
No.
what'd you guys do Friday? Oh, hung out with my
I
friends.
don't think I'm close enough to the
Bill, Bill, just move the camera close. Move the camera, Bill.
Bill, your wife's gonna murder you. Don't do it.
No, I
The camera
here we go,
closer.
here we go.
Okay.
hold on.
Yeah, move the camera.
All right, watch this. All right, so
I have
don't
anxiety.
talk for a sec. Just
Oh God.
so that I can
All right,
maintain
here
the
we go.
camera thing. Don't make a sound. All right. So the bar is back there. I watch what it does. It's so cool. So check this out. It lifts up like this, and then it makes a freaking bar. Do you see that? You guys see that?
Oh, they're gonna go change their clothes. Everybody's running away.
What, we're not doing
What?
shirt changes?
Oh.
What?
Let me fix it. No.
You should have seen me trying to get this thing on.
I know. I'm like, Jesus. Let me help you.
Look at those guns.
You're never getting that shirt back, Sam. That thing's gonna
I
be.
know.
Yeah.
Bobby's gonna
It's
tear
not
it in half.
I gotta say, Bobby, you look better in that than I expected. A fun show for you. We have a bunch of your favorite Whiskey Tube personalities here, all dressed up for your entertainment.
Not only is he a pitch hitter, he's got his hand up my ass.
Oh, I love this already.
Eric, did you have like a leather gimp costume you could have pulled out?
That's not a joke. Bram Stoker.
Oh, very well.
I mean, that's fitting.
Totally.
That's the name of Eric's rabbit.
There you go. So live streams were kind of a big deal for me in 2019. However, I'll be honest, I got a bit burnt out on them. I found that being able to keep a consistent schedule where I was always streaming on Friday nights was not possible for me. And because of that, I saw my viewership dwindle. Every single time I put out any live stream, I would always lose subscribers. And that's fine. That actually is not all that surprising. However, the viewers during the live streams kept dwindling and dwindling, and I just kind of lost interest in doing live streams. I'll probably do them again at some point, but it's not really high on my priority list at the moment. I'd rather focus on doing normal videos. So next, I almost hit 50,000. I mean, kind of. I hit 40,000, and the day that this video comes out will probably be the day I hit 40,000. I was about 120 or 180 shy on the last day of the year. So pretty close. All right, next I did start the distillery tour series. Now this is something I'm just really excited about, and it's funny because the videos themselves, the views don't do great. They're probably about maybe 2/3 of the views I get on a normal video, which is unfortunate, but I'm sure it's because the videos themselves are longer. I'm planning on doing a lot more of those this year. My goal is to aim for, well, I'll talk about my goals in a little bit, but I did start the distillery tour series, and that was a great accomplishment for me because there's a lot that goes into that. It's really fun too. So I am here at the San Diego Distillery.
300 gallons of water and about 1,200 pounds of grain. We get the question a lot about how we actually distill. Do we do a triple distillation like in Ireland, or do we do a double like Scotland, or do we run a continuous? Well, we do have we have a hybrid pot column still, and that means I do single distillation runs.
Well, cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. Times.
And what's the ABV on this again?
55%.
Okay. Hey everybody, I'm here at the Boston Harbor Distillery, and I'm about to go in and meet up with Catherine, who's going to take us on a little tour of the distillery.
So let's head into the barrel room. So welcome.
All right, cool. Well, I am dying to get into this, so cheers.
Cheers.
All right.
So this is our mash tun up here. It's a 560 gallon jacketed mash tun. So basically this is where we start the entire whiskey making process. So
Well, I gotta say, I liked the giant pipette that you were using back there a lot more than the pourer, but this
You
is
did get
fine.
a little bigger pour.
Yeah, I guess this is fine.
Hey, you want wild top? Yeah.
Yes. I did actually make my second batch of coins, and I know a lot of you guys have bought these already. I am looking forward to doing batch number 3. Actually, I've already got the design in my head. I've kind of already designed it out on in digitally. I just need to sell a lot more of these batch 2s before I bother printing batch 3. All right, so I ended up making Glencairns as well. Custom Glencairns, that was one of my goals, and I printed them, and they're awesome. I like these because it's not just my logo on the front. You know, I mean, most people have, or most of the whiskey channels, we all have some sort of Glencairn. It's fun to have a Glencairn with your favorite channel on it for sure. But I also did the extra thing on the back, which does increase the price a little bit to me, but I still charge the same amount as everybody else does for these things. I make a little bit less profit, but I think that they're cooler. Now my pride and joy is the Whiskey Dictionary. Now this is something I've talked about probably half a dozen times on the channel. I mention it on most of my videos in some way, shape, or form because I love the idea of people having these and using them. But this is a whiskey log. It helps you by kind of making you think about different aspects of the whiskey that you're drinking and allowing you to kind of jot down certain things, rate things based off of different characteristics that you might be experiencing in the whiskey. So it really can help you train your palate as well. And for me, I've been using it alongside my own whiskey tastings, and I found that it's actually improved my own notes. So next, went back to Austin. That was really fun. I did that obviously last year as well, and now it's a tradition because it's 2 years in a row, and plan on being there next year as well, but I'm spoiling my goals for next year. Okay, so I did actually hire a designer to do new t-shirts, and there's a whole bunch of new t-shirts here. And the t-shirts are selling better than ever, although I will say Coffee Black Whiskey Neat, it was one of my first shirts, and it's still just by far and away my best seller. And I personally like wearing that shirt out. It feels like something that I can wear out in public that's not just like, hey, I'm a lush, you know? So I do like that one. I did finally finish my website, and by finish, I mean I made my website. I ended up using Wix. As a software engineer, it killed me to use any sort of software that helps you make a website, but I realized after a while that I wasn't making the site, and so anything was going to be better than nothing. So I spent about an afternoon and made a website. It's got a store in there, so if you did want to buy any of that merch, you could buy it right on the store at thewhiskydictionary.com. But more importantly, I just wanted to have a website to help me reflect the brand. So that was good. I was psyched to get that done. Should have done it 5 years ago, 4 years ago. One of the big actually points of pride for me is this community on Discord that I call Whiscord, and it's hundreds of people now. There's a few dozen people who are pretty active in there every day, and you know everybody else kind of chimes in as they see fit. I think we have a lot of lurkers in there, but either way, being able to grow this community of just whiskey enthusiasts on Discord is awesome, and it's definitely the biggest of all of the WhiskeyTube Discords. Also, I got a new camera and a new microphone, which if you look back, I've got to put this up here because I was rewatching the 2018 video like this, and I just can't believe I didn't refilm it when I saw the lighting in that video. It was just atrocious. Now, I filmed it during the day, so I had a lot of natural light coming in and the lights above and everything. They really kind of messed it up. But boy, like, look how blown out that is. It's just awful. But I did get a new camera in January, and I got a new microphone same time, and hopefully you've noticed that the audio and video have been much better. So let's talk about some goals for 2019. So I'm setting slightly less goals, I think 7 this time. I do want to start a new series on the channel. This is something I'm pretty excited about. Actually, I'm excited about all these goals, so I'll just stop saying that. But I am going to start a new series on the channel as well about craft whiskeys craft cocktails. Now, there's plenty of cocktail channels out there, so I'm not going to become just another one of these. It's going to be additional content, but I have a unique spin on it that you guys will see when I start putting these out. Even though this was a Patreon goal, because it does actually take quite a bit of money to do something like what I'm proposing here, I just was never really hitting the goal that I was hoping for, and so I'm just going to do it anyway because I want to give you guys some new content. I want to do something kind of new anyway, and making cocktails is fun because it's got whiskey in it and it tastes delicious. So, all right, next goal, kind of easy. I shouldn't say easy because I'm it'll still be something I have to hit, but I should hit it, is 50,000 subscribers this year. I should be able to get that. I definitely got over 10 last year, and I think that I'll be able to open up some new avenues of new influx of people this year to drive those numbers. But I'm one of the biggest channels. I'd like to stay that way. It's definitely a motivator for me, I'm not gonna lie. And when I see the numbers kind of drop in or less subscribers, less views, whatever, every week, it's demotivating. So I've decided to do something about it, and I'm gonna try to target certain things that will grow the channel. So easy as that. I want to do at least 4 distillery tours this year, and that is a big ask. I have a couple in mind, and I've already talked to the owners, and they're game. So 2 of them are good. But the one thing that I am going to put as a caveat on for it is that I am going to travel for at least one of them. I'm not talking drive, I'm talking fly. And so I don't know where it'll be. Could be anywhere. I like the idea of doing craft distilleries. However, whichever one I travel for might not be a craft distillery. We'll have to see. It's not going to be like going to the Bourbon Trail, although if I go do the Bourbon Trail this year, it will be unexpected, and I will certainly record some distillery tours. However, that's not the intent of this. The distillery tour series that I do is more for craft distilleries, because that's where I think a lot more of the character of, like this, that passion of entrepreneurship comes in, and that's what I like to see. Okay, anyway, as I mentioned, I'm not sure how much I'm going to live stream. It's fun to do, but I can't reliably pick a day and a time that I can stream every week. And without being able to do that, the live streams will not grow. So it's not working for me. So I don't know that I will continue to do it. I will do live streams whenever I guess I feel like it. I do know that having Nick on again would be really cool. He was a good guest. Having some of the other whiskey tubers come on, maybe doing some of those big group ones again, that would be pretty fun. They're epic just by nature and by alcohol. So I think that would be fun to do again. I didn't do a fundraiser last year, and it was a big regret. I meant to do one in November. I ended up getting busy. My job changed last year around October. And so for a little over a year, I've had a newer position that requires me to travel to San Diego 8 or 9 times a year. That takes a lot of time out of my life. And it's why you guys have seen some of the videos from like a hotel room with the 4 Roses and the Gold Bar this year, as well as several of my live streams have been from a hotel room as well. And that it does take some time. And because of that, I wasn't able to prepare a live stream for November for a fundraiser. Now, I was talking to some of my friends, local friends who were on the diabetes one, and they were all asking me if I was going to do another one. And we talked actually just last night. We were at a bar talking, and I decided that I will probably do one in the first half of this year and probably have some of those people on again. It'll be a marathon style, a few hours. And hopefully it'll be good. So if there's any charities that you guys, I would like to do something other than diabetes this year. Diabetes obviously very important. I just don't want to be doing the exact same charity every single year. So I'm looking for ideas about things that you guys would be kind of interested in helping to support with a themed live stream. Something a little bit more broad, like let's say breast cancer, or let's say even St. Jude's, something like that, or animals in some way, shape, or form. I don't know. Whatever you guys think. I'm trying to decide what would be important enough for me, and really it was just the diabetes thing. So I'm kind of open to ideas. So anyway, let's move on. So this one's 100% gear related, and it's totally just for me. I want to buy a gimbal for my camera because I want to be able to have smoother B-roll. I want to have just like nicer stuff. As you guys have seen, I've tried to improve the quality of my videos a lot this year. I've been doing the B-roll of the bottle, so it's not just my face in front of you for 10 minutes or so. I'm a handsome guy, but I know that nobody wants to look at me for 10 minutes. So anyway, I did the B-roll, and I think it's way more fun to do. I kind of rekindled some of my passion's a little bit strong of a word, but some of my love for just photography as well. As you guys probably saw, I've changed my thumbnails a little bit recently. However, those didn't do as well, which another thing that kills me, because it's like that's really fun to do, but it makes people not click on the videos, so I'm not going to do it. Anyway, I'd like to get a gimbal for my DSLR. They're about $500, or the one I want to get is about $500. So that's something I'm gonna probably pick up this year as well. Now, the last thing, I'm planning a challenge. Now, this is I'm gonna dub it the 2020 Whiskey Challenge, and you will see a video about this in a couple of days. And what it's going to be is, well, let's just say it's a year-long challenge with a fun prize that I will be giving away to one of you, and it will be worth a year of your effort. So anyway, that does it for my 2019 goals. I'll kind of recap them right here real quick, and I am really looking forward to this year. I think this year could be a very important year for the Whiskey Dictionary. Either it's going to be wonderful, or it could be, not so wonderful, but I hope it's wonderful. So help me make it wonderful. I know a lot of you guys actually tell your friends about this channel, and you recommend this channel to I see it in the comments all the time. Hey, I told my friend about your channel. He loves it. And then like, a couple days later, hey, I heard from my friend about your channel, and I've been binge watching your videos. And I love hearing that stuff. It's really, really fun. So if you happen to be one of those people and you're watching this video because of that reason, you're awesome. Anyway, so I'm going to end it here. This has been a fun video to make. It's always nice for me to kind of ground myself with the channel and know where I'm going. So I feel like I do, and I hope you do too. And I look forward to seeing you in tomorrow's video on my Whiskey of the Year for 2019. Cheers.